All right, guys, you trying to spruce up your fireplace for the winter time? The question is, do you need a gas log set? And we're gonna talk about if you should do vented versus vent-free, or do you need a gas insert? What's gonna heat your house better? What looks better? What's more cost effective? What are install costs? I'm gonna break all of that down in this video for you. So gas inserts are by far gonna be more efficient way to heat. The reason being is we have an actual sealed firebox. You can see we have those two pipes over there. So what that means is coming down your chimney here, we're gonna have one bringing fresh air to the firebox, so it's not using any room air in the house, and the other one's doing the exhausting. It's efficient because it's pulling air from outside the home for combustion for the firebox, heating up this firebox, and then radiating heat into your room. All right, and then it kind of seals off the old fireplace too, so you don't have as much draft coming in. So it accomplishes a lot because now we can start to use this as like a whole home heater. So this is ceramic glass. It allows 1,000 degrees of radiant heat transfer through here. And then most of them have heat exchangers as well. So they have blower systems that are gonna blow hot air through the blowers off the top of this glass. And just standing here, I mean, it is just, they are heat pumps. They are just pumping heat. Unlike gas fireplaces, some are gonna be more decorative, you know, just more for looks, not gas inserts. So if you're shopping specifically for gas inserts, a little pro tip, you don't have to worry about heat, all right? Pretty much every gas insert is designed to heat. So you're not gonna have one that really doesn't do a good job heating. So gas insert is gonna be what you want if you're really focused on efficiency and heating your space, improving the efficiency of your home.
So would you say you're the original Triple H? You said whole home heater.
The whole home heater.
I know it's a different hole, but it would be WHOLE for whole home heater.
Uh-huh.
But for this sake, we're gonna go HHH. Triple H.
No, whole, WHOLE, whole home.
That's what I said. So it's not an H, but for this sake, we're gonna say it's the whole home heater.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
I think you should just start going by that.
Yeah.
Triple H.
True. True.
You guys kind of look alike too.
We do.
You have a lot more hair than him now.
So as I mentioned on the high side, this would be 40,000 BTUs. Now some of these units, like this guy here, when it comes to efficiency, they have what's called a two-stage burner. So now I'm at 30,000 BTUs. I can lower this all the way down to 10,000 BTUs. And here's the beautiful thing. After this firebox is up and ripping, when I turn this down to 10,000 BTUs, this firebox is so hot, it's radiating heat like it still has 50 or 60,000 BTUs, even though it only has 10. You shut this off, it's gonna radiate heat into the room for another 30, 45 minutes. So you're still heating the house using zero fuel output, which is not even measured in the efficiency. So let's talk performance when it comes to gas log set. So gas log set is just gonna be in your open fireplace, all right? So really the only heat that you're getting is some radiant heat that you can feel off of the logs themselves. Now gas inserts have come a long way. They've been coming out with what kind of logs, Tate?
There's like either really dense ceramic or concrete logs that are gonna hold heat a lot better than like your fiber. It's almost like styrofoam logs is what they used to have. It's like a foam material, which did nothing.
They've come a long way as far as like radiating heat into the room. Standing here, I can feel it. Like my legs are hot. With a gas log set, if I'm here, I can feel it, okay? If I'm here, I feel nothing. With a gas insert, if I'm here, it's still pumping heat. Like you can feel a gas insert. With a gas insert, I mean, it changes the whole heat of the room. Like you can feel it here. Gas logs, you get that nice cozy feel when you're standing by it, but it's not doing a ton for the home efficiencies. Because you have an open firebox, now we're not pulling any fresh air from outside. So this is basically stealing room air for combustion in your house. So if you, let's say you have a furnace, forced air, and you're paying to heat the space around you, it's sucking that air that you just paid to heat for combustion, and then it's going out that stack. So it's actually creating a negative efficiency. So if you're like a big efficiency person, you're gonna wanna steer clear of gas logs.
I've heard some people have told me, and I don't know if it's true, but that when you have combustion air coming from the room, that the gas logs prefer warmer, like warmer air is faster to combust than cold air. So it actually takes the warmest air in the room first. So it's actually doing a negative effect to the actual heat in your house.
Like you're saying, like the gas logs like have a personality and what they like and don't like? Like AI? Like a chat GPT type of thing?
I wouldn't go that far. I think it's just something in the physics of combustion. Physics been around a lot longer than AI.
You know, I didn't take physics class in school.
I did, but I couldn't tell you anything I learned.
I've been selling gas log sets for 17 years. That's the first time it's ever been brought to my attention.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
That the gas logs prefer warm air.
That's just what combusts first is the warm air. It takes the warm air from the room first as opposed to the cold air. I've told so many customers that. So if that's not right, I need to start making some phone calls right now.
I don't know. I think we might need to fact check you on that one. I don't know the answer. Do you guys know? If you got this going, you're going to need the damper open unless you got vent free, which we'll touch on in a minute. But basically, you have this huge gaping hole. So from an efficiency standpoint, it's just terrible, especially if it's freezing cold outside. You're going to have all that cold, drafty air. Horrible, horrible efficiency.
Is there any shutting that?
Well, it depends. If you have an old just brick fireplace, yeah, you can manually close that, but you got to be really careful that you're not running it while the damper's closed because that's going to put poison into the room.
Yeah, that could be really dangerous. So people will be like, oh, I have a damper, I'll close it, and that'll stop the cold air through the night.
Yeah.
That's fine. Make sure you tell your husband or your kid before they come downstairs, turn the fireplace on, that damper's closed. Where's all that carbon monoxide going? That's getting pumped right back in your room. So it's just, you got to be real careful. A lot of, like some installers will just cut the damper out. You don't have a choice to close the damper anymore.
Gas logs are using a lot more fuel, usually. So this is a bigger log set. I want to say it's between 80 to 100,000 BTUs coming out of there. Gives you a nice big flame, but our gas inserts on the highest side, the high side of a gas insert is going to be like 40, 45 on the very highest. So you're using half the fuel output with heating considerably more, and that's another reason why it's a landslide. When it comes to efficiencies and performance, it is not even close. Gas inserts, efficient, perform really, really well, will heat your home very nicely, will take a lot of pressure off of your furnace. This will put more pressure on your furnace, negative efficiency, extremely drafty. It's just a landslide. So it begs the question, why are we even talking gas logs? Well, let's get to cosmetics, install, and costs.
I mean, just look at it. Your flame is huge. Your firebox is huge and wide open. With gas logs, it is a big, robust, classic fireplace.
The type of gas logs that you do is going to be dictated by the size of your firebox. So, like Tate said, a lot of new cosmetic options where we have the fire and log. You don't have to do that if you want more of the traditional fire grate with the flames coming up out of the middle. They have a ton of different log options. I would say with gas log sets, you get a lot more aesthetic choices. You can do birch logs, aspen logs, split oak, charred oak, juniper,
Arizona, oak,
fig trees,
olive. I mean,
we're
going
Mediterranean. You can go Mediterranean style.
Okay, think about this one. Peach.
I have not seen a peach log set.
You've seen a fig log set, but you haven't seen a peach log set?
Yeah. What about a lemon tree log set?
Oh, that would be tiny, but I'd like to see it.
You can do cannonballs. You can do really contemporary, like crushed
What
glass.
about River Rock? That was in style a few years ago.
Yeah, driftwood.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want. I want to know the guy that invented the cannonballs, because cannonballs are popular.
They're cool looking too.
You know what would make this fireplace even cooler? Cannonballs.
Here, I can tell you exactly how it happened. This guy was putting log sets in his installer, broke the logs, and was like, oh, crap. He's like, what else do I have? And he's like, well, I got these,
had like
got
real
these cannonballs.
Was he a pirate?
Yeah, something. Maybe he collected them, I don't know, and put them in there, and the homeowner was like, what are you doing? I didn't buy those. That's how it came to be.
No one ever looks at a fireplace and says, oh, you got like 12 cannonballs in there, cool.
Yeah. It's like, maybe it's like
call
a
you
play
Johnny
on
Depp.
some kind of, Jack Sparrow. It's like some kind of play on volcano rock or something. It's got to be, right?
Gas logs do not hide or cover up the old fireplace at all. So you got to be happy with the way the inside looks, because it's not going to cover up the old firebox. You might have to cosmetically paint your bricks, or you'd have to use a high temp paint or something. But if you didn't like the insides, the gas logs is not going to change the aesthetic look of the firebox.
The problem most people have when they're in this section shopping, designing, is they're like, man, it's so squatty. The flame is in there. You can't really see it. There's so much metal and steel and screens.
The biggest drawback with gas inserts is 100% of the time you're going to be shrinking your viewing window compared to the existing fireplace you have. We can only physically fit in the firebox based on how big your opening is. Now, usually we have two sizes, small and large. Majority of clients are gonna be in the smaller size, unless you just have an old traditional masonry firebox. Always go smaller than, like, don't try to force a bigger unit. It's usually the height that becomes an issue. So we shrink our firebox, all right? Now, like gas log sets, gas inserts have come a long way. We can do like birch logs, we can do something really contemporary. You can see here we got nice LED lighting with anti-reflective glass to make it look like the firebox is open. You can go more ornate wrought iron finishes. So you're not really limited on what you can do cosmetically. It's just the biggest drawback is you're shrinking that window. One of the advantages of a gas insert though, remember how I mentioned if you don't like the way your fireplace looks, you're basically hiding your whole fireplace. So your old fireplace you're never gonna see, and then the surround's gonna cover up the gaps from where the old firebox is. So your old opening completely goes away. So if you hate the way your old fireplace looks, gas insert's gonna be a plus for that. And like I said, you can mix and match whatever. We got fire and log.
That's huge though too, because remember my fireplace, I had that huge moss rock.
Yeah, and it was ugly.
And we literally just put new steel studs, built a non-combustible wall, steel studs and concrete board, and then we just put really nice tile on that, like ledge stone, and then put a new insert
and hit all that moss rock.
And it was done. The moss rock was still there, but it was just, 2.5 inches, 3 inches behind the finished material.
Gas inserts, there's no way around it. They're gonna be more expensive. They're gonna be more expensive on the labor side and the material side. Why? Well, there's a lot more going on. So we have an actual firebox. We got a ceramic piece of glass, which is expensive. Usually have surrounds. Most people like something a little more ornate. That's gonna be expensive. You got control valves, remote controls, blowers, thermostats. There's a lot more going on, but it's really functioning more like a whole home heater. So it's not quite apples to apples, but costs can range on a gas insert anywhere from $3,000, you'd say on the low side.
Yeah.
To 10.
Yep.
I mean, depending on how fancy and ornate you want to get.
And like some of those really efficient ones are in like almost 80% efficiency. So those obviously are going to cost more.
Yeah.
Usually it just costs more.
Yeah, and if you want a breakdown of like my favorite gas inserts, I'll put a link below of like our top 5 gas inserts, which we have. Install is also going to be more expensive because we have more going on. So one, you need gas to the firebox. You'll need that in either case, whether you're doing gas log or gas insert. We have to worry about power when it comes to gas inserts. Now, an option is if you don't want to have an electrician wire a power box into your fireplace, these all come with cords. So you can run a cord along your hearth and just plug it in. Now, the power is really only running any lights you have, the igniter that you need, and the blower. Now, some units, you don't necessarily even need a blower. They're predominantly heating radiantly, and they do work on batteries. So if you can't get power into the firebox, not the end of the world, and it's not a deal breaker, you just gotta run a cord. Now, some people hate that and some people don't care. That's just a personal preference. So the piping system, it's just gonna be more expensive because we gotta buy those aluminum venting. So that venting is gonna run up your chimney. Again, we have 1 3-inch fresh air, 1 3-inch exhaust usually, and then a chimney cap that's gonna go on the top. So that seals off the top, and again, it's just more labor intensive. Install prices vary a ton based on where you live in the country. I would say on the very low side, very, very low side, probably $400 in labor, $300-400 in piping, and a couple $100 for an electrician, and it can go up from there. So all in turnkey installed, I don't think you can really get a gas insert turnkey installed for under $5,000. You're gonna spend between $5,000 and $15,000, but you'd spend that on a new furnace, right?
Yeah.
At least, probably more for a new HVAC system. In this, I'm not gonna claim that it can heat your entire house, but you did it for a couple years.
I did it, yeah. It would have heated.
Your bedrooms are colder.
It struggled getting to the back rooms, but that main area, I had this exact unit right here, and it heated. It heated.
It heated.
It heated, 1,000 square feet pretty easily.
Yeah. Let's talk costs and labor when it comes to gas logs. Labor is going to be extremely more affordable because there's really no chimney work. All right. So all we're really doing is placing the gas log. If you have gas to the area already, your labor costs are really hardly anything, maybe a couple $100 to set this and get it ready to go. Gas log sets are becoming a lot more sophisticated than they used to be. So they're kind of all over the spectrum. We can get a match lit system, gas log that you manually light with a match and key valve, a couple $100. Like you can get a gas log set for literally under $1,000, no problem. This is gonna be a more sophisticated system. So this has a full electronic control box, does require power, but it does come with a full self-modulating remote control. So I can turn the flames down like 50%. This is gonna be more on the expensive side. This could be $3,000 or $4,000 as well, but your labor costs are still gonna be significantly cheaper. I would say gas logs, just like gas inserts, are all over the spectrum, but if you are on a budget, if you are budget minded more than anything, you can't beat a few $100.
Gas line is the biggest variable on both sides. I think that can be the biggest swing. You have to go 30 feet for your gas line.
Yeah, or bore through concrete or.
Yeah, or you have to go through like attics. Like some of those gas lines you have to run them insane. Sometimes the meter's right on the outside of that and you have to go 1.5 feet, so.
All right, let's talk vented versus vent-free when it comes to gas logs. Now there are vent-free gas inserts. We don't do a ton of those, but especially on the East Coast, we do get a lot of customers asking about vent-free log sets. Talk to me about vent-free, Tate.
It's even cheaper, more affordable. There's nothing to it other than a really, really efficient burn. So the whole concept of vent-free is that the unit itself is burning enough to make sure that it's 99.87 or 99, whatever it comes to, that is rated so that way that little tiny seepage is safe.
Yeah.
Is it though?
You drinking any water right now?
I knew that illustration was coming. It's one of my favorite illustrations I hear Trevor drop on people sometimes.
So
I have let me grab my coffee. That'll work.
If you have little kids in a living room, let's say your son's hanging out in your living room, and it's 99.9% efficient. That means that 0.01% carbon monoxide is coming into the room. That big of a deal? Maybe not. But Tate has his coffee he's about to drink. What if I dropped 0.01% of poison in there? That's lethal. Would you drink it? Even if it was just 0.01?
It's just gonna mess up my stomach for a few days.
It could kill you. It's 0.01.
I'd probably pass on the cup of coffee.
Yeah, exactly. So why would you welcome 0.01% poison into your house willingly?
And then people call us and are like, I'm so irritated, you won't sell this to me for my master bedroom.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry that I don't want you to fall asleep forever. I'm trying to be a good person here.
Yeah, so vent-free is a big no-no in bedrooms for that exact reason.
Yeah.
And that should tell you everything you need to know. If they won't let you put it in a bedroom where you sleep, there's probably a reason. If you're putting in an old fireplace, your old fireplace has a chimney anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So if you already got the chimney, don't even mess with vent-free.
Yeah.
Because people are like, well, I can close the damper then, and then I don't have any draft. True. And I'm not knocking it that much because there's literally millions. I don't know, millions a stretch. There might be millions of gas logs vent-free gas logs all over the East Coast.
Dude, if you start from like Georgia, Louisiana, Georgia, all those sea level, and then just go all the way up the East Coast,
Yeah, they're probably millions.
They're probably in the millions.
Yeah.
Because their vent-free is everywhere, and they're still pumping a ton of vent-free.
Yeah.
But you have to be right there at sea level. But like California, they don't let you do vent-free in California, even though it's sea level, do they?
No, and then Colorado is a big no-no here. So if you come in our showroom, you won't see any vent-free. We're at altitude, so vent-free does not work enough. They have what's called oxygen depletion sensors. The air is really thin in Colorado because we're a mile high. It depletes the oxygen out of the room and they won't function. And those sensors will just keep shutting it off. So
there's not enough oxygen just to start.
Vent-free is a big no-no in the state of Colorado.
I think it's the same in like New Mexico, like anywhere else that they have high
Anywhere
elevation.
else at high altitude.
Yeah, doesn't work.
All right, there's my 2 cents, and Tate's chime in on gas logs versus gas inserts. Personally, if you want any type of performance out of it, I'd go gas insert. If you're really just doing it for cosmetics, go gas logs. Now, another thing I didn't mention is a lot of new homes, this new open, or not new, but this open look is really making a comeback. So we have alternatives if you like this open look with a gas log set that we can talk about. And that's not necessarily having to do a gas log set. We have some fire boxes that are pretty cool that give you this nice open concept. And a lot of people like that gas log set look because the new homes are built so tight and so efficient that a gas insert doesn't really help them. We're usually installing gas inserts in 70s and 80s and 90s homes. Those are usually the ones that have masonry fireboxes still. So if you have an old masonry firebox, I go gas insert all day. That's just me though. Let me know what you guys think.